Today on this special Worlds edition of PTL, we'll be breaking down the group stages, weighing in on the competition in a brand new This or That, plus a Hepta edition of the Penta. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Worlds. Primetime League starts right now. They're leaving on a jet plane. Cloud9 are your third seeds for NA at World. Hello and welcome to Primetime League. I'm Irving DeBisman III. I'm joined by these three musketeers, Trevor Quickshot Henry, Effia Shockster Porter, and David Freak Turley, as we break down the world's groups here in beautiful sunny San Francisco. We're going to blow people away with some stats before we lose ourselves here in front of the water. So we're going to start with Group A, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me. First, I got to ask, how's everybody been? How's everybody doing?
Fantastic. I mean, this view is pretty thick, so excited.
I just want to get your opinion before I pick your brains here even more.
Oh, a bit personal.
We're going to start off with Group A. I know we all know what's in it, but we're going to reveal the ROX Tigers coming out from the LCK G2 of the European LCS, CLG of the North American LCS making it through, and Albus Nox Luna of the Commonwealth of Independent States making it through of the International Wildcard Tournament. I have to ask you, even though this looks like a group where you're looking to achieve second with ROX Tigers here, who do you think is going to make it out? Or how do you think they're going to do, Shocks?
Well, first up, I think it's quite interesting because G2 lost the first seed at MSI, but then they got actually drafted into a pretty favorable group if you look at it. That first seed, ROX came out and they were shivering, oh no, what's going to happen in this group? But ended up with CLG, who I think they can oust for second place, as well as Albus Nox Luna, who is, of course, a wildcard team from the CIS, so I think their chances are reasonable.
I actually agree, and I want to hit on that point. Like, G2, they cost Europe the Pool 1 seed because of the MSI performance,
No doubt.
but then they draft themselves into a group where they are feeling the pinch, right? ROX Tigers, pre-tournament favorite for Worlds, #1 seed from the LCK and from South Korea, just really dominant. They've got phenomenal players. They look phenomenal on the patch and on the meta. And I think this is a group where you are fighting for second place. And I think G2 are looking stronger than CLG, who really had a pretty weak summer, in my opinion.
Yeah, and to talk about ROX Tigers in business, we're kind of over just like, oh, it's a battle for second. Like, ROX Tigers, like they are the tournament favorites. They have probably the best player in the world as their top laner, Smeb. They have arguably the best jungler in the world in Peanut here. They've got an incredible bottom lane with Prey and Gorilla. Yeah. Kuro, okay, whatever, he does the job mid lane, but these guys won Korea. They've been a top dog basically forever. They were world finalists in 2015 in Berlin. Like, these guys are an incredible, incredible team. They're probably #1 in the tournament. And so, yeah, anyone in their group is like, well, that sucks. ROX Tigers wins that one, and they're going to move on from there. And yes, G2 are very good. Their bottom lane of Zven and Mythic that got from Origin early this year are absolutely incredible competitors, one of the best bottom lanes in the world. Their actual sort of coordination is very strong, and it means G2 are, a favorite to make at least a top 8, maybe a slightly deeper run.
The thing I'm very excited about is the very opening game of the 2016 World Championship is NALCS versus EULCS. It's CLG versus G2, and we're actually going to see these theories put to test. Will Perkz stop trolling from the mid lane as he learns some control in his boot camp? How good is Expect going to be? Is Darshan going to show up, who's had a bit of a weak end to summer?
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be a very telling match. I think G2 could maybe take a game off ROX, maybe surprise them. I don't think they're good enough to take 2 games off them, but that's something we're just going to see how it plays out.
I mean, finally, I just think, as you mentioned, Smeb, best player in the world. I think we agree, probably coming into this tournament versus Darshan, Expect, and Smurf. I think he's going to have a pretty good group stage.
Very quick about Albus Nox as well. Like, this is a team that plays at EU West, so they're actually going to have some history with the G2 players. I know when we're doing our prep, some of the casters we've been talking about meeting the guys in solo queue and EU, and some of their play ability. Kira, coming from International Wildcard All-Star last year, where he won the 1v1 in the All-Star tournament in the Wildcard region and showed up, got his team there. I want to see what he can do on the big stage, but this is a tough group to get drawn into.
Makes sense. I want to press you on that tough group with your 1s and 2 for coming out of A. We'll go through all of them in a little bit of a why, not too long.
Right, I'll start, and I think it's pretty obvious. I think ROX Tigers are going to top the group. I think G2 will take a fairly convincing second.
Yeah, I think I have to agree. ROX first, undoubtedly, and G2, they have the edge here over CLG and Albus Nox Luna.
Yeah, obviously ROX #1, G2 #2. I think CLG are somewhat underrated. I feel like even just sort of domestically, they're always a bit underrated. On paper, they don't look like a good team, but yet they still do pretty well for themselves. CLG still, 80% of the time probably only gets third, but they can upset G2. And Albus Nox, like, they need a minor miracle, and 1% chance to make it out of groups. It can happen, I guess, but yeah, it's ROX G2 probably.
All right, that wraps up Group A. More to come, so stick with us.
Welcome everyone to Twitter, and because it's Worlds and all the teams are so good, I'm going to believe that all of you are so good as well, so I'm ready for a whole ton of applicants here. Today's Twitter question is, who is going to have the highest KDA during week 1 of the group stage? For reference, by the way, this is every team playing every other team in their group once, so 3 games per team. So who's going to have the highest KDA, and then for the Hall of Fame, what will that player's KDA be? I'm going to say the Rocks Tigers AD carry Prey with, let's go with 42 as his KD for the group stage. That's my guess. If you want to guess as well, then send your tweet to @LOL Esports, use the hashtag PTL, and come win with me.
All right, now it is time to move on to Group B. The show must go on, even though Freak's Twitter segment was, I don't even know.
Amazing, obviously.
Group B is going to be Flash Wolves, SKT, IMEI, and Cloud9. Effie, we started with you last time, so Freak, you're going to get the honors.
Cool.
How are you feeling about this group?
I'm feeling good about the group, actually. I think it's going to
Okay.
be really, really fun. I can conceivably see any 2 of the 4 teams getting out. There are obvious favorites, but it is one of the closer ones in terms of all 4 having the option. You have defending world champions, SK Telecom T1, who failed to win Korea, but are still the #2 team out of the group, which are most people's favorites, not everyone's, but SKT are, I think, easily a top 4 team at Worlds right now, probably top their group, challenged most closely by Cloud9 from North America.
Yeah, I'm going to say, well, I did it in my pick'ems already, so it's not
Okay.
a surprise, but I think C9 can edge out SKT. I do believe also that SKT is going to go very far. I just think that, like MSI, they might have a slow start, and with the momentum that C9 had and the bootcamp that they're coming off of, and the incredible faith that everyone's putting into Impact,
Yeah.
I think they can do it.
Especially when you consider Impact's going up against his former team. You know, he's been very public and very outspoken. I'm now Cloud9 Impact. He's hard carrying for Cloud9. Phenomenal performance. I think there's a lot of question marks around IMEI and Flash Wolves. You know, when you look at the 2 teams that have come out of the LMS, Flash Wolves actually look slightly weaker than HQ in my opinion when you look at the most recent games. I don't know how they're going to do in this group. And then similarly for IMEI, you know, very dramatic, exciting qualification. You can argue whether or not they deserve to win that 5th game when they were behind for like 75%
All it takes
of it.
is one play.
But that's the thing, like Amazing Jay, he had a great moment, led the team, and the emotion that squad had. I want to see how they show up and how good the boot camp has been, because those are the big question marks. You know, how good will Flash Wolves and IMEI show up against, you know, the group favorites of SKT and Cloud9?
I mean, and we always say, I think for every tournament now we've said, oh, SKT looks weaker going in, but this time it might actually ring through a bit more. And we have talked about a lot about the fact that they haven't had a lot of rest. They've been on this high streak for so long, winning everything, but you know, it must get to you.
Yeah, oh, it's so rough winning everything. You know, it's how I feel on all my Twitter segments, you know, where I'm always right all the time, or all of these hashtag frequents. It's just a drain being the best
Let's
Trevor.
move on.
I just want to say I'm excited about the individual matchups here, because we talked about Impact against SKT. I also want to see how Athena does up against Faker. Athena actually played for ESC EVA, who was their Korean Challenger squad that took down SKT in their local cup and actually ended up winning IEM Cologne. You know, made a big explosion on the international scene and then moved over to LPL. So I'm very excited about some of the individual one-on-one matchups
Well,
in
I'm
this group.
excited to hear your picks. And with the 2-3, I actually want you to tell me, since this is such a close group, real quick, why you think that 2 edges out your 3 now. So you're 1-2, and then why that 2 edges out 3.
I argued with myself before going on this segment. I currently have SKT first and then Cloud9 second. In my mind, it is a very clear 1-2 and then 3-4. However, if SKT have not fixed the problems they have, I think Cloud9 could win the group. And
So you're 1-2 switches.
yes, it is. I want Cloud9 to do that. I'm not brave enough to say that they will. I'm not brave enough to say they will. So what
Well,
I
you
want,
kind of are.
yes. So
Okay, good
I'm going to
guys.
say SKT 1-2,
Sprinkle it on there.
but I want Cloud9 to win it.
I'm brave enough to say it because I also put it in my pick'em, so I can't, you know, go back now.
can.
I put C9 first just because I also believe that you just, you know, you got to believe in those upsets and the crazy magic that Worlds brings. C9 first, SK2, SK2.
Sure,
T.
yeah.
So then is it SKT over Flash Wolves or IMEI there for
Oh.
2-3?
There's 3 for you.
3, I think I'm going to put the Flash Wolves just because we always underestimate them, even if they do have a worse light streak going into a big tournament, but they always do well. And IMEI is very, very new, and I think they have a couple of weak points that, I don't know, they might still do it with Amazing J with a Voidless, but I do think Flash Wolves are going to go 3.
I agree.
Freak?
Yeah, so I agree with SKT number 1, it being closer because their jungle role right now is not looking great either with Blank or Bengi. Cloud9 still look pretty solid overall as a squad. I have them over Flashholes right now, as I think C9 are just kind of better on paper, better as a team, but Flashholes have some pretty good strengths, and I think they're over IME because I think the strengths and weaknesses line up well for Flashholes in that regard, where I think IME has a really hard time taking out Flashholes, who are already pretty well coordinated, and probably just better individual players.
All right, and whatever Freak says, we kind of picked the same thing, but obviously mine's better. So go with mine. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back to a special edition of This or That. You can see we don't have a big telestrator behind us, so I will take place of the telestrator. This is my Jap, that is my Kobe, or however you feel suitable. Great. We are combining combining EU to face off against NA, since it needs to be a this or that. Plus, you guys are gonna need a little more.
Oh!
We don't need it.
No,
We
but-
don't need it.
Experience.
I
trust you.
exactly.
Okay.
We're walking easy. Training wheels.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
You hold each other up. All right. First question: this or that? More likely to send 2 teams to qualifiers: NA or EU? NA this, EU that.
Equal.
This and that.
Actually, yeah. this and that.
Unprecedented.
Because I think we're all in agreement that CLG and Splice are not advancing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
But as far as most likely though, I could see C9 getting upset more likely than actually.
No.
I can see H2K getting upset more likely than C9. So I think NA is more likely because C9 dropping to 3rd is less likely than H2K dropping to 3rd.
There's like a 1% variance if HUK goes on the tilt train, but I think it's
See?
completely.
There you go. All right, you agree with me.
and that.
No, you agree
No,
with me.
this and that.
No, all right, 3-0.
This
Let's
and that.
go.
This and that.
All right, you guys are terrible. You're already playing wrong.
I got it
Player
right.
at Worlds, Smeb or Faker? This
Smeb.
or that?
Smeb.
This. Wait, is that this?
This,
Smeb is
this,
this, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Smeb
this.
is this?
Yeah, you're supposed to say this or that. You don't actually supposed to say the name.
This. Sorry, this.
This.
Easy.
Why this?
What?
Because
That's not a question.
That's not. Yeah.
good for you.
Perfect.
Tougher week 1.
Nobody does a picture that makes a lot more sense.
C9 or Splice? C9 this, Splice that.
I think that. I mean, yeah, playing SKT sucks, but like, C9 still, I think, supposed to win most of those matches overall. I mean, week 1 you play everyone, right? So, Splice has to play some pretty rough teams. I mean, it's funny, right? Because I think C9's a stronger team than Splice. So, like, if you put like me, I mean, I'd go 0-3 regardless. But like, you know,
Did you say any more? This or
What?
that? Where was your
oh,
voice?
I was saying Splice, which is that, I think.
Yeah,
Yes,
Splice was
yes,
that.
Splice that. So tougher week 1 for Splice.
Yeah.
You said
EU?
everything. It's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That EU wins because EU's great. Not
Uh,
really a great
I
one,
see,
but it still
uh,
no, I
counts.
got you. I got you.
More hype matchup. Moving on. This or that. Uzi versus Double Lift this, or Prey versus Sven that.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that is hard.
More hype matchup.
I
Oh,
want to say this. Sorry, I'll let you guys go.
I'm gonna say that just
Okay.
because it's Sven. Of
course.
The EU pride, obviously, but I'm very
Are
interested
you
to see what
gonna,
happens.
you gonna just leave it about that?
Oh no! I just
No,
mine-
we're in agreement.
And I think that Prey might be a bit underrated or kind of forgotten because there's so many great AD carries at the tournament. That might be a very hype matchup.
I agree. I'm going EU Pride that.
It's not a bad choice. I'm still going this though because Uzi and Double Lift has so much name brand recognition.
So 2 versus 1, we win again.
Great, good job. Congratulations.
You guys
Congratulations.
realize how the 2 works. Wish they were here. You wish they were here. This or that. Immortals or Fnatic.
Oh,
This.
that Fnatic so much. Yeah, but it's just because of. What?
No, go ahead. Go
What are you
ahead.
laughing at?
Can I abstain? Because neither of them looked good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I
So which
actually-
would you prefer?
The other.
Do I have to pick?
Yeah.
The other.
For me, it's about the Fnatic EU
You're on my
history,
side, Trev.
just the brand and what it
You're gonna
brings
say this
usually
with
and
me.
what they do, and they always make it happen. Of course, they actually don't deserve it, so
Yeah.
but
this,
still.
This.
I'm with Free.
This.
tried.
Yeah, buddy. Oh,
That's how it's
2v1.
supposed
Let's
to work.
go.
This is what. Okay,
There
we go.
So we don't have any more. That was the final question of this or that. I'm gonna say NA won because we didn't have to bring as many people to win
No.
this. So with Worlds less than 24 hours away, we got to keep moving through the show. We are going to move on to Group C. And this one is Edward Gaming, AHQ, H2K, and INTZ. Trevor, we will start with you first, good sir. How are you feeling about Group C? What are the chances for everyone, and how might it play out?
Good luck to anybody playing against EDG. Is step number one. I think actually similarly to Group A, you've got the super clear, super pre-tournament favorite. Edward Gaming come into Worlds after their most dominant run in the summer LPL split, and they just continue to show up. They are a phenomenal squad. In my mind, probably even more favored than Rox. I think if they play well and if they show up. The only problem is there's the stigma. Last year, LPL really choked and had a problem on the world stage. Yep. So you can't deny that, that happened. I think if you look down the rest of the group though, AHQ and H2K, very tough. And it's going to be up to which team has had the better environment coming into Worlds, who's had better training, and who's going to show up. Because I think either of those two squads have the possibility of making it out.
I think if we look at that from the European perspective, H2K actually could have a good chance of getting out of this group, and for a second seed that is always relatively difficult, but I'm keeping my eyes on the junglers in that group. As you say, EDG with Clearlove, fantastic jungler, one of the best at the tournament, but Jankos, arguably the best early game jungler at the tournament. Maybe he can prove that. Of course, there's Peanut as well. Sure. And then up first is Revolta, who I'm looking at for INTZ. He's kind of the star, but on the other hand, we're all looking at Yang for INTZ. How much can he do, and how much can that influence the group or the possible games they could take off people?
Sure, yeah, I mean, we've seen wildcard teams take upsets almost every single time at Worlds for the last several years straight. Like 1 to 2 wins keep coming through. Yep. And I mean, the very famous one, Alliance going kaboom. Like Brazil has ruined Europe's chances at Worlds before when it wasn't supposed to happen.
You had to bring it up, didn't you? You had to bring it up.
And hey,
we're never gonna live it down.
Europe has spanked North America almost every year at Worlds forever. I'll give you that.
That's
but
true.
These upsets do happen, and you really cannot underestimate these teams that are huge underdogs. I think, generally speaking, there's a clear number one in Edward Gaming, a very tight 2-3 race with H2K and AHQ, and like the obvious number 4 in INTZ. But these upsets can happen. Again, Edward Gaming's roster is stacked. I think Deft is the best AD carry in the world by a lot, actually. I think, Uzi and those guys aren't even really all that close. You've also got Forgiven, who's an amazing AD carry. And so you've got two teams with incredible bot lanes, and you've got like INTZ, AHQ playing around their top sides, and you have like a different style of play, and that can create very different situations where you've got lopsided lane advantages, and that can turn games.
I have some fears for H2K against INTZ specifically, because I feel like as a team, these are a group of players who are fairly outspoken, fairly opinionated, and if they have spent a lot of time preparing for EDG or for AHQ, maybe they could get surprised. Maybe they could get caught off guard.
Always falling into the trap game.
Exactly. But I do think there is the potential for H2K to do well. I do think that if they show up, if they can, get on the same page and control their emotions, and very importantly, Jankos and Vander don't tilt like they have historically, I think they've got a good shot to actually make it to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I agree with that. We'll see. We didn't talk too much about AHQ. As you said, you feel like it's a bit of the stronger coming out of the LMS regions, but it all heavily depends on someone like Ziv, who was incredible last year around, has not had an as convincing season. Mountain took some time to ramp up. West Door, the door, you never know, but we don't have that much faith in him.
The door is apparently closed this
Oh.
Sometimes the door is
hold
open.
the door!
But I'm hearing, that West Door didn't have a great summer, and maybe if the door is closed, then AHQ could fall
It's
through.
been a very interesting door. You don't know what's behind it ever.
Yes.
All right, Trevor, we started with you. We'll keep that going. 1-2 is coming out of Group C, kind of named the group of death now.
EDG, I think they're going to win this group. I think they're a shoe-in, actually, to make the run all the way to the finals. I think H2K are going to show up and surprise, and Ryu's going to have a good performance. If he can keep that door shut, HQ take third, and EU gets another team in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I agree once again. EDG can go very far in this tournament, and they're going to start by winning this group. And then, I don't know if it's my EU bias showing, probably, but I do think that H2K has what it takes to edge out the other teams in the group.
Yep, I agree with you. Edward Gaming number 1. H2K does have what it takes. I think it's 60-40 with AHQ. I would not be surprised to see it change. And also, again, those random INTZ upsets can completely mess with stuff as well, but that's my pick as well.
Now it's time for that part of the show where we see if you know your pro players, mainly the ones at the World Competition this time. Earlier in the week, we tweeted out a picture of one of those pro players, and if you had guessed that it was Clearlove, you would have been correct. Clearlove is one of the most decorated Chinese players of all time. With IPL, LPL, and MSI titles under his belt, he's also the most decorated Chinese player to never win a world championship. This will be his 4th appearance at a world championship, now tying Doublelift and Sneaky for championship appearances out of competitors here at Worlds. Now he will be trying to captain EDG and China to their first Summoners Cup. So now we're coming to the close of our groups, which means we're getting very close to the start of Worlds. We're going to be on to Group D now. Some feel it is the group of death. There really wasn't a full named group of death coming in, but this does include TSM, RNG, Samsung Galaxy, and Splyce of the European LCS.
Yep.
Freak, how you feeling about this group? We'll start at the end.
I'm feeling interesting about it. So coming into Worlds, I think TSM was probably a top 4 or 5 team, and which means theoretically any group they could have drawn, they should be able to get out of. For what it's worth, this is like the second hardest group they could have possibly gotten. Splyce being the best Pool 3 team. Samsung, I guess, could have been SKT instead, but Royal, the best Chinese team they could have gotten. So TSM should still be able to top the group. It is one of the hardest set of teams they could have drawn, but they should still be good enough to make it out as number 1 and then, face a good quarterfinal opponent. But it is going to be a tight race, and TSM could easily be upset and get knocked out.
And RNG, it's a crapshoot. Like, they have the best players. They have such good individual talent. They have Uzi. They have everything that should make them go far, but we just don't know what we're going to get with them.
No, you don't. But the thing is, the headroom is so good, right?
Yeah.
Like, they have the potential to be the best team in the world in a series of games. But can they do it in every game they show up in? They don't seem to have the best discipline. That's, I think, one of the things that's lacking for RNG. Conversely, Samsung Galaxy, I think, are a very disciplined team. I think they're very controlled. But that also means, in theory, they're easier to understand and maybe find weaknesses. I think that, if this is the group of death, it might be the death of Splyce.
Yeah.
I think they've got very young players. I think this is a team that is truly like the Voltron of teams, that when they combine, the super robot is better than the sum of its parts. And that's a concern for me when you look at the individual strengths of basically every other player in this group.
Yeah.
How are they going to show up? How is Kobe going to do? How is Senkex going to do? Senkex can barely farm in Europe against Europe. How is he going to do now on the international stage and in lane, etc.? So I have some fears.
I think there's some very interesting dynamics in that group, as you mentioned. Samsung and Splyce teams that we know have worked very hard and worked together because of that, because they've shown a lot of discipline, especially Samsung after going on that so many loss versus KT. They really put the work in to get better, and they work as a team. And RNG is such a wild card because they absolutely have what it takes if it comes together. And TSM, who's a team for me who can have it all in this one. But I think Samsung in the end can edge out Splyce. Even though they have kind of similar stories, I think their ceiling is a bit higher at this point in time.
Yeah, I think it's interesting you bring up the sort of like effort and trying point, because I think RNG is a very big example of this, where if the players play at their best, you guys had kind of mentioned they'd be like one of the very best teams in the world, but MLXG and Mata specifically are playing much, much worse than we know from their names, right? Mata, arguably the best player in the world at one point when he won the Season 4 World Championship. MLXG was huge at the Midseason Invitational. These two players are not showing up. They are appearing more like dead weight on the roster, which does drag them down a bit. If they go back to their top form, RNG is now the best team in the group, and they make top 4 at Worlds at least. Maybe they win Worlds, but that's not the RNG we are seeing. If it goes even farther down, Samsung's better than them. If it stays about what we saw like in the Chinese playoffs, then I think they still stay number 2.
I think it's important to note as well that RNG did actually go to boot camp in Korea as well. So, some of these questions around how prepared are they, how good will they perform, will be answered by how well they've prepared for the tournament. And I'm just going to quickly loop back because I didn't really touch on TSM. Tempered expectations, because Freak, like you said, it is a very tough group.
Yeah.
They legitimately could not have had much more difficult opponents to face.
Yeah.
However, the expectation is they're still going to show up.
Yep.
My eyes are on Biofrost. I think I got a lot of faith in Hornster as a player, but I want to see how Biofrost handles himself. There's a lot of pressure in terms of some of these other bottom lanes and very different styles, between the different teams. So I want to see how he and Doublelift are going to handle themselves, because that could be very pivotal for TSM as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, Biofrost is a rookie, and he said that he was actually very nervous playing the summer finals in North America, just in Toronto, and now he's on an even bigger stage with even more on the line.
Yeah.
Like, TSM was already qualified for Worlds. They didn't have to win that series for them to continue in the postseason, so even more pressure on a rookie support. He could crack. It is a total possibility. He hasn't shown it so far, but you've always got to keep that in your mind that there's a lot of things that could break TSM.
As a caveat, I'm not expecting it to happen though, right?
Sure.
He's got a lot of support. He's had a
Absolutely.
good training environment, good team environment.
TSM home field
That's-
advantage,
that's
the Bay.
exactly-
It is the Bay. It's also the question, though, always a team that goes so quickly through a league, were they pressured? And they maybe will be here at Worlds. So now I got to ask Trevor, going down the line, 1 and 2.
I
for Group D.
believe. TSM. I think they're going to win the group.
Okay.
I'd like to see them go to semi-finals. I don't know if they can win semis, but I'm going to say go as far as that. And number 2, I want Uzi to advance. I want to see how he and Mata do. So I'm going to go Royal, Never Give Up as my second seed from the group. And then Samsung and Splice 3 and 4.
Yeah, I agree on your number 1, TSM. I think this is, I mean, they have to do it here. I think they have all the cards. I think they have the right dynamics. So this is really a year where they can get far. And then second in my pick'ems, I put Samsung at the second place just because I'm not sure if I want to put my faith entirely into RNG. Also, I do believe if they're on point, they are on point. But I think that Samsung and that story of ambition finally at Worlds can boost them into second place, and Splice, unfortunately, 4th.
Yeah, right.
But they will beat TSM once.
I don't believe you, but I mean, we are here in front of, I believe, the actual bay that spawned Bay Life itself. So I think this is where TSM succeeds as number 1. RNG over Samsung, I think, is 55-45. I think there's a lot of variance in Royal, and yeah, I think Splice are huge underdogs. People are counting them out, and these are very strong teams, but I can see Splice picking up a couple of wins here.
So that'll do it for Group D. You've heard what we have to say. If you would like to chime in, head over on Twitter, #PTL. Maybe we'll jump in there, back and forth. We'll see what you think about it. Now, though, it is time to take a look at all the plays from the region at Worlds and their biggest plays. Or, if you're up to scratch on your ancient Greek, you can call it the Hepta. Coming in at number 7 from the LMS, AHQ Ziv picked up the 1v3 triple kill.
场这边是卡萨所有的 NL 一起来打这支 Ziv， 但 Ziv 好坦，是直接把卡萨棒打致死之后再往前又冲上1个打3个，拿到了 triple kill， 我的天哪！
At number 6 from the LCL, it was Gambit CIS's Fomko with the glorious 1v2 outplay.
Будет Занзара, Фомка не может здесь уйти, и дробовик в лужу просто Фомку обязан добивать. Дробовик! Дробовик не добивает и выживает, Фомка первую кровь забирает!
At number 5, from Brazil's CB LOL, BGG's Ranger landed an explosive 5-man Gnar ultimate to set up Rakine's Mega Inferno Bomb.
Olha só na caçada, chegou o Ranger, mas chegou sozinho! O do time inteiro é a chegada do Bigotes! Já garantiu as eliminações, é difícil da Red sair, o de eliminado, a tentativa de entrada da Red, a equipe da Bigotes consegue segurar o máximo possível e garante 3!
Galloping into number 4 from the EULCS, H2K's Yankos defends the base with a quadra kill.
Can they buy the time? Can they turn this around? 2 members hitting the base. Rallis hitting the base. Will he drop? He's going to drop. Can they turn it around? They're so low. They have the CC. Can they turn it back? Triple kill. Yes, it's going. Oh my God! Another one. Quadra kill. And EU just keeps delivering.
Dashing into number 3 from the NALCS, TSM's Doublelift picked up a pentakill in the final game of the summer split.
And it looks like they keep going for the fight. Hansa throws back. Cooney goes down. Now it's going to be on a Wild Turtle. They try to get him. He flashes forward. That's going to be the hit. Wild Turtle's getting the ricochets now. Or Doublelift, rather, I should say. And it's the triple kill. Going forward in the fight. Can they catch Pobelter? That's going to be the hit. The passive is on. Do they turn around for the kill? Hanser fighting a minion. Almost goes down. Doublelift brings up the pentakill.
From the LCK, SKT's Faker was a true escape artist in our number 2 play.
Faker gonna get interrupted by the Glacial Fisher, has to dash away with the distortion, snaps back. None of these bullets gonna hit except for the last one. And it might be the only one that matters. He's got no HP. Here comes Cry. Can he close the distance? The flash is not available.
Gorilla shows up, turns the corner, finds Faker. Then immediately, look at that communication. Curtain call starts, and it's just about dodging bullets for Faker. Gonna bite one, but he'll get out. The help of his distortion and the flash, which was still available. Notice how long he held that flash, too.
And at number 1 from the LPL, Vici Gaming's EasyHoon froze OMG in their tracks with a pentakill to save the base.
Will he do it? EasyHoon. Can he be the hero? Takes down Icon. SMLZ is going to get rid of Dandy. Flashes. EasyHoon. Can he do it? He does.
They saved the game!
And Xiong now going to try and fight him. Zhonya's comes through to avoid the Akathian surprise. And now Vici, after a pentakill for EasyHoon, look to turn it all around again.
So as always, as you see, more big plays throughout Worlds, hashtag the Penta at LOL Esports, and we'll put them in the show. Maybe you'll even see the one you suggested in PTL. Thank you to our guests, Quickshot, Effia, and Freak for coming in. Your pick'ems, your choices, your suggestions. If you want to change yours, pick'em.lolesports.com. Before the games start, once they start, they are locked in until the next stages. Now, as you can see, some of us got here early. We get to hang out, we get to rest, but some of us weren't so lucky, and they're on their road trip to Worlds right now. Lucky for us, they've taken a camera with them, and they've made up our last hit for this week.
Hi, my name is Marcus Dyers Hill. I've been to Worlds about 5 times, 4 times with TSM as a top laner, but for this year I'm road tripping to Worlds with some jackass named Laserbeams.
Woo! Road trip to Worlds, baby! Are you ready? Woo! San Francisco, let's go!
So jacked that we're on our way to Worlds. Like, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be amazing. I mean, obviously you're pumped to get back, right? It's a little bit different this time, but it's still gonna be exciting. It's you and me, man, together for like hours. So the RV name, the Tribunal. What's your trucker name?
I was thinking like Bill, Bob, Tyrone, but I think I'll go with Hank because my last name is Hill.
I'm gonna be Handsome Tony.
All right, if you're gonna get the Handsome Tony, then I'm gonna get the Majestic Hank.
Handsome Tony, Majestic Hank? Okay, I like that. Come on, man. See, dude, I knew it. I should have taken the 405 to the 101 to the 10, then to the 5 North. I mean, LA traffic, man, what are you gonna do?
Don't worry, I got you. Get the fuck out of my lane!
F-bomb, get you fined, my man. Money in the jar. Oh my God. Look at all these bugs.
Wow.
Jesus. Majestic Hank, if this was CS, we'd be rich.
You're right. I wish I got this much farm in 2 vs. 1s.
Oh my Lord. So we're on our way to Worlds. You've been there 5 times. What's the #1 favorite moment from Worlds?
There's not too many positive things to think about.
Oh my God, by the way, I'm sweating my ass off right now. This might be too much information, but my crotch is like swampy. Like very, very swampy.
You might need to see a doctor.
Tribunal needs some gas, my man. Brenton, Laserbeams. I ran out of cash, so I can't pay for all my gas. I was wondering, do you accept RP here? I could give you 6 of these and a whole ton of Riot points. You could start playing the game. I have a super famous gamer in the RV. He can maybe like sign an autograph.
I can do $8.
You can do $8? You can do $8. You can just leave them. Okay, so I'm gonna leave these here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Majestic Hank, don't you even worry. Damn it! Yeah, so what do you want to do? I'm gonna leave it up to you. I've been playing all the games. Like, what do you want to do?
Sleep.
I don't think, that's not allowed. Would you rather be president of the United States or solo kill Faker?
I guess I would solo kill Faker. That'd be pretty impressive.
That would be pretty impressive if you could do that. Are you fucking kidding me? Majestic Hank. MH. Hey. Oh my God, we're almost at Worlds. There we go. Oh, what's up, dude? It's so weird. You went to... If all of a sudden, like, you know, we're barreling down the road, it's like, oh my God, look at this hitchhiker right here. She looks pretty, like, awesome. Like, maybe we should pick her up. Would you be into that?
I got a girlfriend.
You got a girlfriend, I got a girlfriend. Like, the hitchhiker just needs a ride. It's kind of dangerous, right? Because, like, while I'm driving and maybe you're sleeping again, I don't know, maybe she stabs one of us. Yo, are you sure this is the right way? This doesn't look like the right way.
I'm not the navigator.
Wait, you're riding shotgun. Shotgun's the navigator seat. It's always the navigator seat. Is that a hitchhiker?
I was asleep. Wait, what?
Oh my God. Is that Nikki Taylor?
San Francisco?
Dude, that is Nikki Taylor. We're picking her up. Nikki! We're picking her up. Nikki! Hey!
Where's her luggage?
I don't know. Who cares, dude? What are you doing out here?
We're going places.
So we're gonna be on the road a little bit. Do you like to play any games?
We could do karaoke and sing. Let's go to city rushes and see what Pow thinks. I might shoot you in your face.
Dude, I look good. I look good, don't I, Nikki? Come on.
All right, have the rest of life. Maybe now,
Oh my God, what was that? What would you say? Oh my God, Timo Shroom! Timo Shroom! Get the fuck out of the tribunal! Oh my God, my eyes are burning! Majestic, are your eyes burning? It's burning my damn eyes! Nikki! Is that Maokai? I want to hug him.
Really, dude?
Maokai, come here, buddy! Come here, Maokai! Majestic, hurry up! Maokai, I want a hug! Maokai, come here! Come here, Maokai! Come on, we're gonna miss him! Maokai! Oh, yes! Yes! Majestic, come on, we're gonna lose him! I'm gonna get ya! Oh, dude! Luba! Cool down, bro.
I never get those. Beard always has them.
Maokai! Oh, there you are! I just need a little hug! Come here, bud! Where'd you go? Hey! Majestic, where'd he go? He was just here!
He always goes.
You have an exclamation point above your head. What's it? Why do you have an exclamation point above your head?
I hope you have Moby Moon's HD.
What? What? Get back here! Where are you going?
See you, nerd.
Ah! Ah! Fast. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Oh my God. Get up. Is this thing even work? Let's go. You got your seatbelt on?
I don't need that shit.
Oh my God. Is the activation point still there? No, right? Woo, buddy! Yeah! San Francisco! Woo! Come on, Majestic! Let's go! Woo! Yeah! Majestic, let's go! We're so close, let's go, Majestic, come on! Ah, yes! Yes! Don't get hit by a car! Yes! Oh! Yes! We made it to San Fran, baby! LA traffic couldn't stop us, Timo couldn't stop us, Rengar couldn't stop us, the tribunal made it through the toll booth. We're here! World Group Stage! Yes! Are you ready?
One problem, HT.
What?
Games don't start until Thursday. And today's Monday.
It's Monday!
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's okay. Listen, we're in San Francisco. There's a ton of stuff to do. What do you want to do?
Eat food and sleep.
Okay, not what I was thinking. All right, where's Nikki? What does she want to do? Wait, where's...
Where's my King Poro?